Hello, this is Gene. I thought I would show you another part of where I video stuff. Actually, the first time I've done it here. So it's a very nice day in Huntsville, Alabama. We have nothing but rain the last 2 or 3 weeks. Uh, it's very nice today, not a whole lot of humidity. So I got to go out and got to work out a little bit outside, doing some stuff. But I just want to talk about a few things and post it on YouTube and see what you guys think. Um, I'm having a little problem every time I go on TikTok. Now I know I shouldn't do it. I know that I'm a it's like a psyop from the Chinese Communist Party that wants to take over the United States and all that stuff. But sometimes when I'm bored, I put it on there and just go through it and see stuff. I follow a couple things on there. Uh, Normally, what I watch or see on that is things that I enjoy stuff, looking at cars or guns or something like that, or sports. But what I have seen recently is so many people in uniform, mostly Army. I haven't seen a whole lot of Air Force guys, Marines. I haven't really seen any Marines at all, and not a whole lot of Navy, but a lot of Army guys seemingly sitting in their desk on TikTok, sometimes by themselves, other times with other people, sometimes with supervisors or sergeants right there. And I could have sworn it was 3 or 4 years ago that the Army banned this, but I see it everywhere now. Now I know how the algorithm works on TikTok. So when I'm looking at soldiers coming back home, and then all of a sudden it finds the other parts that have soldiers in it, and it happens to be these people. And I don't understand why they're allowed to do this. They're supposed to be at work. This is the middle of the day. They're not at home. They're not at home just chilling out and having taken off their uniform. They're at home or they're at work, not doing their work. So, from somebody who served for almost a quarter of a century in the military, and also a citizen, I don't like it because are we paying for that? And I'm like, do they not get enough attention at work? I can give them a lot of stuff to do. If they want that attention, that have somebody to pay attention to them, I'll stand right back or right next to them when they pick up the shit around the base or the post. Um, and most of these happen to be girls too. So I don't know. Maybe guys are too scared to say anything. And maybe this is the new military. We're never going to win another war. But anyway, I just want to know what you guys think about it. I know I'm older. I get it. But this is not, it's a privilege, not a right to serve. And we want people that are going to be ready to do what they have to do what they have to do. Just sitting on TikTok all day when you're not doing your job. And then, especially if they're working in an office, they're probably some sort of staff support type of thing. I did a personnelist, which is like HR for about half of my career. Imagine that you go in there and you're supposed to, let's say, out process there. And you get up there, and because this person's been on TikTok all day, they haven't got your orders ready, or they haven't set up your flights or your TMO, which is like getting your housing stuff. And because they've been so worried about being on TikTok, as many likes that they can have, or how many people could watch them on a live stream. Again, you're also using the internet there. It's not yours to win or to take. That's the government pays for that. Taxpayers pay for it. And again, I know people are going to say, "Oh, you're just an old man, and you just understand this new generation," but whatever. It's not right. It needs to be stopped. And somebody needs to say something about it. I don't understand why they allow it. And while sometimes I see actual staff sergeants or even um, master sergeants, and they're just sitting there and they don't really care that they're doing it. It's just like they're on their break and they do it. It's still not right. You're in your military uniform on your own channel. You want to talk about how great it is being in the military, and you're at home and you're off work and you just haven't taken off your military thing. Um, that's fine, but there are regulations about this. You shouldn't be in your uniform spouting out whatever type your opinion is, because these people say that as well. I mean, they start saying things that are political in nature. You should not be doing that. I don't care what you do when you're off time. Now we realize in the military that's not really relevant because they can call you back at any time. But overall, you're allowed to do this unless you happen to be marching with somebody that advocates for white people, then you might get your entire career destroyed because you happen to be in the military and you advocate for them. But if you were doing it for other groups, it would be fine. And that's another video. But anyway, I just want to talk about that real quick. And then I also want to talk about just a little bit about Trump and how we're basically a laughing stock right now. These indictments, they get so stupid each time we go on. He said something he tweeted out something to go watch something on TV when they were having an open discussion of the election in Georgia, and he just says amazing, and that's something that he was just pushing the narrative that he lost or he won the election. During my lifetime, every time we've had a national election, the other side have said something, unless it was when Nixon won, when the second his re-election, he got 50 or 49 states. Same thing with Reagan. You couldn't really say there was something wrong about that. But the Democrats said it every time a Republican, when George Bush won, when Gore looked like he was going to win everything, that he didn't. They basically said it was rigged, taken away, whatever. They said it when Trump won it. They all say it. It's like they say all this stuff and nothing happens to them. And yet, why aren't we marching in the streets? Why aren't conservatives marching in the streets saying we're not going to take this anymore? It makes our country look so stupid. It really does. So now you understand why people are young says, why should I even trust my country when they allow this to happen? I don't personally want him to run, but there really isn't anybody on the right. And I'm not, to be honest, at this point, I don't believe in anything on the right or left. I believe that there are a lot of people in the middle, or if they're common sense, that says, who cares about color? Just to have opportunities for everybody. Realize if you're going to talk about science, that there's a new life formed after you have conception. We know this. Everybody knows this. Every biologist knows this. Of any other form of groups of animals, we say it is. We say that they're new life, except for us. Same thing when it comes to abortion. Well, that's what I'm talking about, abortion as well. Or we get into men can be women and women can be men. Where's the science in that? There is no science. There might be a very small minority of people that have, they're intersex, and those people we could help, but it shouldn't be taking over everything and dominate everything in the public square, and it goes in our schools, and we have so many stuff pushing it down our throats, especially for our kids. Where's the science with that? I mean, the people on the left, and I was on the left for a long time, I always thought we had science on our side. Dude, they don't. It's their ideology. There isn't a whole lot of people on the right has any ideology. They believe in individualism, believe in rights. They believe, regardless of the color of your skin, and that's another bad rap that the right has got. Anyway, it's at this point I was a political junkie for only 40 years of my life, but I don't trust any of it all. And it's not because Trump says the media is fake. We all know that he was right, and we know that what we're seeing right now is just their way to keep power. And what's happened in Germany as well, there's a party there that's the second most popular party now, and they want to ban it because they are not part of the mainstream. Just because they have a problem with having too many people come in the country and change the demographics of their country, to totally change Germany from what it was. Now they're extremists, and all mainstream outlets and the establishment is trying to kill them, to get them out politically. And if they don't do that, they'll just, this is the left, the one that says that they're so inclusive. They're not. They've always been the most authoritarian type of ideology in the world. Whatever you say about Hitler, he came from the left. And if you're going to say that he was the worst thing of all time, then we have to say that the left is inherently more authoritarian when they're in power. And I have my own issues about Hitler and what he did before everything happened, but it's funny to me. They're doing it again. They're doing the same thing again. Germany's doing the same thing because they can't have the people have any opinions. I think it was different under Hitler, and how the entire world was back in 1930. There was a different. There was no republics other than the United States. Um, anyway, but anyway, I think I'll stop right with this. Tell me what you think, especially about the TikTok thing. I mean, Trump. I feel really bad for him because I don't see how he can get past all this unless he decides he's not going to run, and all of a sudden this stuff might go away. That's what everybody's going to say. I don't think it's going to be. There's way too many people that want to get rid of him. This all happened after he won that night in 2016. That they devised a plan to destroy him in any way they could do. They had e- two impeachments that are not. They're not even. When we look at history, it's going to say it obviously it was wrong. Guy gets impeached because he was telling somebody to check something on the phone, and we all find out all that stuff is tied to Biden, and they impeached him for that. And then because of what he didn't stop the two people that went inside the Capitol, that he didn't stop them. But now he wants to also be put in prison because he went on the phone and talked to the guy. Says, "Look, I know that you have a lot of problems there in Georgia. You need to go out and just check and see just check the signatures to see. We need about 11,000 to win in Georgia." He wasn't asking him to go find 11,000 things. And we all knew this after it happened, and now they're still dealing with this. I don't understand why they think. Why are they so worried about him? The whole apparatus is set up for them to win again because they're going to do the mail-in ballots. They're going to, if nobody's going to check the signatures, and it could be anybody to come in and just vote, they're going to still win in all these places. And also the demographics has happened. There's nothing that we can do unless all of a sudden people who are conservative, mostly white, are going to actually have kids and purport their values on their kids. I mean, it doesn't necessarily happen. My kids are not. I mean, I was a classical liberal, still am in a lot of ways, but my kids are not that way. They're crazy. They're feminists or socialist or all, and I was kind of that way for a while too. And then I went and actually had a real job and went in the military and found out that's not how it works. Although it was similar, how it works in the military. You have to help each other. Anyway, just let me know, and we'll talk about it in the comments. You guys have a good day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.